programme this week. The Peak Gondola in Whistler opens for business. Parts of the Alps are cut off by snow. And the first ever British skier wins the Verbier Ride.
Welcome to our Snowcast Christmas Special. We're back in the studio, back from the Alps. Abi, how was it?
Fantastic. We were in Teen last week filming the Snowcast and the snow conditions were just amazing.
Really? I'm so jealous. I wish I was there with you. So, quickly moving on to this week's news. The Whistler Peak Gondola had its maiden voyage last Friday. The world's media were lined up to see the cutting of the ribbon on the new lift, which will span the 3-kilometre distance between Whistler and Blackcomb Mountains in just 11 minutes. Skiing Ball's Arnie Wilson was there and described the 4.4-kilometre high ride as being like looking down from an aircraft. And Red Bull athlete Shane McConkey christened the lift as only he could by base jumping off the top. However, this week more than 50 people had to be rescued after a tower on the Blackcomb Gondola collapsed. A crane was brought in to support the tower and the gondolas were quickly evacuated, so thankfully no one was seriously hurt.
Now, this week, a huge storm cycle called the Retour d'Est has battered some French and Italian resorts with up to 2 metres of snow. Val d'Isère was on lockdown during the early part of the week as roads and lifts were closed due to the huge amounts of snow. And Mark Wilkinson, manager of Surefoot in the resort, had a nasty surprise when he opened his bedroom door on Sunday night. A deluge of snow had forced its way through his window and the next day he had to spend 4 hours digging it all out. And we'll be bringing you all the reports about all the latest snowfall elsewhere in the Alps coming up later in the programme.
And there's been a lot of snow.
There's been loads.
Wow. Now, the latest news is that James Woods, or Woodsy as he is known, has become the first British skier to win the Verbier Ride last Saturday. The event was due to run over the whole weekend, but because of an incoming storm, it was decided to hold both the qualifiers and the finals on Saturday. 16-year-old James has been competing in the Verbier Ride for years, but it was finally his turn to shine.
I won today! So happy about that. Really stoked, really worth the drive over as well. Came over yesterday, so really stoked on that. My run, hit the rails, I did a side on 2 on the top rail, then switch up on the next rail to switch out. So I was riding into the first kicker switch and on the awesome corner, it was really long, I like doing stuff like that. And then came in switch rodeo 5, Japan, and then into a double Lincoln, and then danced around on the rainbow rail. Pretty stoked. It's the first time I've won a ride event, and I've kind of grown up doing the ride events, which has been wicked. So got a lot of experience around and stuff, and I've been here at the Verbier Ride. This is my 3rd year, so been improving. Now I got the first, so well happy.
And now it's time for the snow. Well, starting off in Austria, and it's snowing across the whole country, so it really is excellent. There's more expected this weekend as well. I think the place to head to would be Hintertux. That looks very good at the moment.
Well, in France, there has been an amazing amount of snow. In Val d'Isère, in 24 hours, it snowed more than 1 metre. And there's fantastic conditions across the Espace-Calais and also the 3 Valleys, the Porte du Soleil, and there's some really great snow in the Mont Genève.
Brilliant. Switzerland as well, similar conditions, powder skiing basically everywhere. Wengen, loads of heavy snow falling at the moment. Saas-Fee actually closed this week because there was so much snow. So it's just crazy. And Zermatt as well, it's fantastic.
Yeah, really similar story in Italy. There's been masses of snow. Some of the best conditions are in Alagna and Gressanay, around that area. And also the Milky Way resorts, so Solzidu in particular, have had an amazing amount of snow. So if you go to Italy, you can't go wrong with it, really.
Good. And Dora, moving over to the Pyrenees, and again, it's been snowing there too, so fresh snow there. Saldeo looks very good. And good news, it's going to be a sunny weekend, so a lovely place to head to for some good piste conditions.
Great. Well, Norway and Sweden, they've got lots of snow forecast for this weekend coming. Conditions are pretty good at the moment and nearly all the resorts are open. So fingers crossed they'll get a big dump this weekend.
Excellent. Bulgaria, it's snowing still. It's snowing everywhere this week. Bansko's open at the moment, so that's the place to head to in Eastern Europe. And it looks like more snow is going to come this weekend too.
Great, well, coming back home to Scotland, they've got decent snow coverage in most of the resorts at the moment. We've had a few lift closures due to high winds, and it has gone a little bit milder, so just do check about the snow cover if you are thinking about heading to the Scottish resorts.
And now let's head to North America, and in the USA, Colorado looks fantastic. It's superb there at the moment, so does Utah. Champagne powder has been reported, which is nice, and also most resorts are now open, so the world's your oyster in America at the moment.
Wow, in Canada, they've had some new snow this week, which is good because they didn't have that much prior to this week, but it is freezing. They've had temperatures of around -20 most days, so if you're going riding in Canada, then you've got to wrap up warm.
Very cold. And now looking towards what's coming up on Ski TV this week. The Skiing Skills team bring you some top tips on how to stay warm and comfortable out on the mountain, and might just give you some Christmas shopping ideas as well.
Well, the great thing about modern ski gear is that it does cope with a huge range of conditions and temperatures, and it's all down to the layering system. Now,
Yeah, the outer layer, it's windproof and waterproof, protecting me from the elements. It's also breathable, allowing the moisture from inside to escape. Underneath that, I've got an insulating layer to regulate my body temperature. And on the bottom, I've got a wicking base layer. This lifts the moisture off my skin, keeping me nice and comfortable.
and a normal cotton t-shirt doesn't do that because
It traps the moisture, which means you can get cold and uncomfortable.
Now it's been a very busy year for the Snowcast, and we are looking forward to a very well-earned Christmas break.
Indeed, but before we go, we're going to take a look back at some famous faces we've met over the past year in order to bring you the best stories from the snow.
Now we hope you enjoy that. And from all of us at the Ski Club, hope you have a very Merry Christmas. If you're off skiing, enjoy the snow, and we'll be back on New Year's Eve. Goodbye.
Hey, Merry Christmas!
Hi, I'm Sarah Jillings.
I'm Shemi Olcott.
Hello, I'm Marcus Brigstock.
Hey, this is Chris Davenport. I'm here in London.
Hi, my name's Dan Waken.
Hi, I'm Ed Drake.
I'm Michael Walachhofer.
Hi, I'm Warren Smith.
And you're watching Ski TV.
You are watching Ski TV.
Ski safe.
It's not my first pony show.